Greetings, gamers! It is I, Gabriel Bunster, and whoo boy, do we have ourselves an update that's coming tomorrow. Let's go over everything right now. Okay, well, first off, obviously, it is a new month, and new month means a new login bonus. This time, we have Lucia shards, as well as the regular assortment of various goodies. Because that's right, Lucia shards means that Lucia is coming on a new banner. A lot of people have been waiting for this unit. She's supposed to be pretty powerful, and it sounds like she's going to be. A little bit more on the shorter range rather than, say, as compared to Frederica, but still very powerful. She is a double gunner and has various shooty abilities as expected. We're also getting Adelard, who is, while he's only an MR unit, is still pretty cool because, well, he's a red mage, and red mages are cool. That's just all there is to it. But as you can see, he does have Jamming Thrust, which is an excellent ability. So if you manage to get a hold of him, he would probably be a pretty good unit to build up. I'm going to make some pulls on this banner with my other account, and so hopefully if I can get either one of those units, we can take a little closer look at them and see what all they have. But also on this banner is a new Esper, Tetris Sylphid. And from what I understand, while the card is only the Esper is excellent because she provides lots and lots of evasion. That's right, the evasion meta is upon us, and people are going to be stacking the heck out of all this stuff. And so if you're one of those, you're going to want this Esper. But not only do we have a new banner to pull on when the update gets here, but we also are going to have some new quests. First off, it looks like we got ourselves a side story quest, which is pretty cool. It's going to feature Lucia, Adelard, and his sister, who I have forgotten her name right now. But going through, we'll be able to get you upgrade materials for Lucia and Adelard. And there's going to be a shop, which we don't know what's in the shop just yet. But we can take a look at that tomorrow when things come out. But in addition to that, we also are going to get the EX quest, which will allow us to get Ras Al Gethi gun recipes. And of course, there's going to be all those milestones, which are going to have all sorts of wonderful goodies for us to get. But on top of all of that, if you are one of the people who are actually using Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh is getting another hero quest to get him another master ability, which is pretty cool if you've got him and you're using him. Remember, Gilgamesh takes twice as much Visior for his shards, and you only get one shard from his hard quest each day because of reasons. He's I've heard somebody refer to him as well as the new Stern in the JP version as you are characters, but I digress. They're going to continue to give us also these large energy pots every Friday, which is cool. But then we get into the quality of life updates that are coming. And this is where some of the good stuff is. Well, I mean, new units are good stuff too, but you get what I'm saying. All right. We're finally going to get ourselves our first raid. Now, this is not going to be coming out tomorrow. It's scheduled, as you can see here on the screen, to come out the 10th, which is a little over a week. But that's okay. It's still going to be coming to us. We've been waiting for a raid, so hopefully they've ironed out all the kinks, and we can enjoy ourselves beating up on big monsters together. They are also going to be adding in the item exchange. This is pretty cool because this is going to allow you to take all your materials that you've been acquiring and either upgrade them to higher rarities, downgrade them to lower rarities, or if you say you have like a whole ton of a certain class orb that you just don't need, but you're lacking, like I am, samurai orbs, you can exchange. Obviously it's not going to be on a one-to-one basis, but it'll still be very handy for getting those materials that we're going to need. They're going to be adding in that animated trailer that they came out with recently, which, if you have not seen this, do yourself a favor, go to YouTube, look it up. It is awesome and makes you go, oh, I wish they would make an anime of this game, because this would be really cool. Yes, it would. Or you can just wait until tomorrow, because they're going to add it into the game for us to all to be able to enjoy whenever we want. All right, so here's an interesting thing. They're changing the way that hate works. Right now, if you slap Vow of Love on somebody, they just sit there and go, hit me, hit me, hit me, the whole battle. And then the enemy AI is like, okay. After the update, how it's going to work is if you have hate that is above 0, every time you get hit, you're going to lose 2 hate, down to until you hit 0. If you have less than 0, say you've used the ability Hide or something like that, every time you attack, you're going to gain 2 hate until you hit 0. So this way things kind of even out as the game goes on, and you'll have to continuously use your taunting abilities to keep your hate up, which does make Vow of Love less powerful, but I guess that's actually not a bad thing. This way you don't have to have it all the time. You can maybe make a couple of comps that don't include it now. All right. And it looks like they're, if I'm reading this correctly, which maybe I'm not, but it sounds like they're taking away the damage bonus when you hit people who are casting, which I actually kind of liked that, but whatever. Okay, and that's just talking about how abilities that increase or decrease hate, the effects will overlap basically, and it'll basically extend the duration. It won't double up on the hate or anything like that. They are going to also be improving the AI a little bit, which is nice. The AI will hopefully not double cast on enemies that are going to die with the first spell as much. And the camera work's we're not exactly sure what they're going to do, but it's not going to be like jerking around all the time, looking at, as each dead character's turn comes up. And they're making sure that if your bravery falls below 10 at the end of battle, it'll be back at 10, so that way you're not starting the next battle as a chicken. And we're finally getting some units' battle voices. They haven't told us which ones yet. Hopefully it's a good, decent number, rather than just like, say, Mont and Stern. How fun would that be? If you're not using one of those two, no voices still. Hopefully it's a good amount of characters, so that way we can start hearing them instead of having this eerie silence as they fight. Don't get me wrong, I'm kind of used to it because I used to play the old tactics where there was no voice acting at all. So it's not that bad, but still, it would be nice. And they are allowing us finally to keep our auto and speed settings, carry them over when making other rooms and everything, so you don't have to set everything manually each time. And finally, we're going to get the ability in our multi-rooms to be able to kick players. All right, now, I don't want to see anybody kicking people out because they're not the most OP character in the world. You know that these grinding runs are fine for so many different characters. Please don't require people to be Uber to join your room. Instead, reserve the kick function for what it's intended. AFKers. That guy who decided that, he needed to go make a sandwich. instead of actually paying attention, and then forgot that he had it on, and it's just sitting there and just sitting there. Kick those guys. All right. And also cool, in our barracks, in our guilds, we're finally going to be able to allow our units to gain faith rather than losing it. Guild battles are going to be improved in various ways. Basically, a lot of UI improvements, and ways of organizing things. And one of the big ones that a lot of people have been waiting for is when crafting. When you take two of your weapons or armors and stuff and moosh them together for a higher plus, instead of just getting a random type, we're going to be able to select one of the types used in crafting. So that way, if you've got yourself, like I do, with a good assault gunblade for Thancred, I'm going to be able to finally get that thing up to +5 and not lose my assault type at the last second on the +5. And we're finally going to be able, just because you have a piece of equipment favorited, that's not going to keep you from crafting like it does right now. Right now, you not only do you have to unequip everything, you have to go through and make sure that nobody has any favorites of anything that you're crafting. It will finally ignore that. A couple of other things that are just kind of minor things they're going to be adding in. You can add an option to vibrate whenever your phone will vibrate whenever a battle is done. Some more push notifications, various UI improvements and stuff like that. They're still working on the auto repeat improvements, being able to specify like how many battles you want, things like that. And also the ability to turn abilities on and off for auto battles. Looks like they're going to be putting in an energy saving mode, which will be cool for the auto function. And being able to set various things for auto formation. Adding in, defense and spirit to the unit stat screen, which that one still gets me. This is an RPG. Include everything. Who doesn't put all the stats, especially ones as important as defense and spirit, in the unit listing? Evidently Gumi. But they're fixing that in the future. And they're going to allow the skip button to be displayed all the time when you're in guild battles or arena, things like, basically just some more quality of life stuff that's just not quite here yet. Whew. Well, that's a lot of stuff. And some I've heard some people say that these improvements are not coming until the 10th with the raid, but the way I read it, it sounds like this is all, except for the raid, is all coming tomorrow. But I guess I could be wrong. So we'll see what happens. But either which way, whether it's tomorrow or it's next week, that's still, this is good stuff here. This is what we want to see. We want to see the game constantly being improved and just getting better and better to play, easier to play, the grind being, while not removed, eased a bit would be good. And of course, always new units and cool things like that. I did not see a listing for any login bonus. Hopefully that they just didn't tell us about it, because I like login bonuses. Login bonuses are good. Give me more Visio. Warrior Light is coming. But in any case, that's the end for now. So, if you liked the video, be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up. And maybe even hit that subscribe button, so that way you can come back for more. And if you want to be notified for any future updates, be sure and hit the bell. Until next time, Gamer Monster signing out.